Tourists in Barcelona received an unwelcome surprise last weekend. Thousands of protesters marched through the city's popular areas, spraying people with toy water guns while shouting, "Tourists go home." It was a demonstration against mass tourism, which locals claim has affected housing costs and quality of life in the Spanish city. Spain's National Statistics Institute says the country is among the world's top 3 tourist destinations, with 85 million foreign visitors traveling there in 2023. Spain is just one of several countries experiencing over-tourism. In France, officials in Paris have imposed a new tourist tax on top of the already existing hotel levy ahead of the Summer Olympics. In Japan, authorities at Mount Fuji have capped visitors at 4,000 per day. They've also added a $13 entrance fee. But on the flip side, Copenhagen is rewarding visitors who engage in environmentally friendly activities with free food, cultural experiences, and tourism. For more on this, let's bring in Richard Florida. He's a professor at the University of Toronto studying how urbanism and globalization affects communities, including with tourism. These protesters in Barcelona say tourism has inflated the cost of living in the city. How is that?
Well, I think they have a point, right? I mean, a little extreme, shooting people with water guns, but with Airbnb and other home sharing technologies, and with just tourists putting on pressure on the price of food at restaurants. Yeah, and I think it's not just that. I think it's that tourists make the city less livable. They add traffic congestion, they crowd the streets, sometimes they act obnoxious, and I've coined a word. I don't just call it sometimes mass tourism. Sometimes with younger people or rambunctious people, we get into what I call blotto tourism. When people go to a city to get drunk. And for all those reasons, you can see why residents of a city, especially a beautiful city like Barcelona or Paris or Venice, say we've had it up to here.
The tourists also bring in money, though. And in some of these places, that really matters. Do you think there's any real danger that this will dissuade people in a way that would be actually economically disadvantageous for those who live there and have to live there?
Very much so. And I think the Danes, Copenhagen's one of my favorite cities. I think it has the most beautiful architecture and urban form in the world. I think there's a couple of reasons. One thing we know is with the decline of workers downtown, if you think about an urban center, about 25% of the downtown activity is commuter workers, 10% or maybe a little more is residents. 60% of the activity in an urban center comes from tourists. So cutting up tourism is a big deal. But there's another reason. In today's economy, where less people are going to the office and more people are working remotely, for cities to thrive, they have to become centers of business tourism, conventions, seminars, symposium, events that draw business people. And this is why cities like London and New York, but also like Dubai, Las Vegas, Miami are gaining ground. Now, some of those cities aren't my favorite cities. Maybe they're a little bit overdone. Maybe they're not quite as exciting as a Paris or a Barcelona. They aren't have this rich historical texture, but they are attracting not only tourists, but I hate to call them business tourists, business people going to a city not to work, but to meet and interact with one another. That's a really important engine for cities today.
Final question, Professor. Has anybody figured out how to get the right balance here? And by the way, I love the expression blotto tourism, but has any city found a way to cultivate and protect the beautiful parts of the city, but also recognize that there's a bunch of people who want to come there?
I think the Danes have done a darn good job. Look, I think New York and London have done great jobs at this. These are two of the biggest, most exciting, most touristic cities in the world. They seem to do a good job, but I think residents get really mad when a city gets overwhelmed. So cities have to be very vigilant and put in place regulations and measures that support tourism, but don't let it really, really hurt the quality of life and affordability of those locals.
Professor Richard Florida, thank you so much. That was so interesting.
Thank you, John. Great being with you.